Yo, what's going on? Blair, the car guys here with YGOrganization. Ryan Levine, what's going on?
Third at YCS Dallas again.
Whoa.
Yes.
Hey, accomplishments, at least you're consistent, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Consistency is key.
Alright, so you got third place. What deck did you play?
Spirals with main deck Psyframe Gamma.
Spirals? Weird.
Yeah,
why'd you choose this deck and not any of the other decks?
This deck is ridiculous. I would like, why wouldn't you choose this deck? I guess that's all I can say about it. I think this deck is just insane.
Alright, say less, let's get into it.
Alright, 3 quick fix. Most of it's pretty standard. 3 quick fix, 3 drone, 3 agent. These are just like, they do stuff. 1 last resort. I almost cut this because it's like kind of win more, but it outs when you get set rotation and they give you gateway to chaos. Just summoning quick fix, searching this, and then sending is like crazy. Master plan, sleeper, or just whatever. Right. That's the end of my spiral monsters. 3 Psyframe Gamma.
Alright.
So this was basically what it came down to for this event. Like, this is why I did well this tournament, was these cards. I saw everyone was maining Droll, Ash, Ogre, Maxi, whatever, just lots of stuff. And the only way to play through, this is just the only card that can stop, or only card I know of that like stops Droll on your, if you go first, like in the game. That does anything like useful. You can prohibition Droll, obviously, but that's awful. So basically, in day 1, I won 5 rounds of Swiss because either game 1 or game 2, I went first, played Terraforming, Resolve, add Resort, they Droll, I Gamma, they have now 4 cards, make Omega, rip another card out of their hand, now they have 3, do my whole combo, and they have to break my whole spiral board with 4 cards. So that's literally impossible. So every time this resolved, I won, every single time. And then going second, I think this is also one of the best hand traps. Because the thing about the Spiral Mirror is when they drone you, they stack the top 3 cards of your deck. So your opponent knows and chooses what card you're drawing for turn, which is such an insane advantage. So when they go Drone Agent, they look at your deck and they choose a card. Then they go Helix, effect. This negates Helix, then summons Driver from your deck, so your deck shuffles, so you're not drawing a blank for turn. You might, but like, you're drawing just a random card, not a card that your opponent chose for you. This can get ashed, so if you Gamma their Helix and then they ash it, Gamma just stays in your hand. Then when they send Master Plan, you just Gamma the Master Plan effect. So one person Gamma, like ashed Gamma thinking it was once per turn, then used Master Plan. I just like, okay, ash Master Plan. So they just discarded Gamma for no reason, or ash for no reason, and then I won.
Like, so here's my biggest question. How many times did you draw a Driver or Driver and Gamma?
Drawing Driver and Gamma is like, it's worse because you don't shuffle your deck, but you can still Gamma and summon Driver from your hand. I drew Driver and Gamma, I think overall, I think I drew Driver like 7 times. Going first, game 3, I would side out Gamma and Driver for the artifacts. Which I'll explain later, but mainly it's like once they see Gamma game 1, then they, even if it's wrong to play around it, they usually play around it, and then Gamma is like dead when you go first. So 3 Ash. I think this card is like better than Droll a little bit because it covers other matchups. Apparently there were no other matchups. Weird. So I guess I expected at least a couple Pendulum or Draco or something. Not a whole lot, but some, or like Fear or something really random. So if you Ash their Helix, like, that's sometimes just as good as Drolling them, and this can also negate Maxi. It just negates like a lot of random cards. It negates Sanctum also, which is cool. Maxi, DD Crow. This, I put this in, like, I kept taking this out, putting it in, and then I put it in the last minute, and then I think I searched this 1 time. Like, I comboed off with 2 double Helix 1 time in the entire tournament. Every other time it was just like Sleeper, plus I would just like Drone Agent Gamma, and then my combo would be just Omega, Helix, Sleeper, and that would be it. That's all I need. Testrudo. This card, I made Ancient Fairy Dragon with Ravine 0 times. I made Black Rose going second by hard drawing this 4 times. So that was kind of insane. Spiral, just one. I don't want to draw it really. 3 Resort, this card's insane, like best card ever printed. This just beats all the fair decks, it's ridiculous. They can't target your guys for some reason. 3 Terraforming, because sometimes you need to bait their Droll for Gamma. Rotation, because sometimes you debate their Ogre for Gamma. Same. I picked this over Gateway because Lord Gaia is a card that is printed, and I think if they search the Zephyr guy, I don't care because that card doesn't do anything. If they search Lord Gaia, they at least search Cyber Dragon, which is like, I mean, that's a kind of a card. Machine Dupe, this card, I don't think I resolved this one time. It got Ash, like almost, it got, I think I maybe resolved this on Quick Fix literally one time in the whole tournament. I think this card should just be banned. It's just an unsearchable power card that leads to like ridiculous boards, and it's always so insanely risky to do. Like if I have Resort, Agent, Dupe, I am never searching Quick Fix and activating Dupe. Like that's like it's absurd when that happens, but it's just so risky, and then it just creates such like this card just adds so much variance for no reason. Like it's such a swingy card. I just think if this card was banned, I think the format would be a lot better. I think this is one of the most problematic cards of the format. Double Summon. This was like a supplementary Machine Dupe. You know what? I don't know why I played 2. I actually just don't know. I really wanted this in my deck. I thought 1 was too little, 3 was too many. Just kind of went with it. 2. Don't really have a good reason for that. 1 for 1, this card's absurd. This is just, it's the only card in the deck that just activating just does anything. Like just with no other cards. 1 Wire, 1 Rescue. I played 2 Rescue, or when I was testing for a little bit, to like bring back Master, or to bring back my Master Plan, search another one, and then you have 1 Engrave for Agent. I use this as an interrupt mostly by keeping Agent and 1 Rescue Engrave, so you can pop their Resort on their turn. And then it makes you more resilient to evenly matched because you have resources in Grave, not on the field. Extra deck, 2 Helix. Maybe the 3rd's probably, I don't know. I don't have a really comment on that. 1 Proxy Dragon, 1 Ib, Gaia, Decode. I wasn't playing this at first, and then I was told by everyone that this is the only card that beats Baguska in the Pendulum matchup, and then that's what happened. I played Pendulum, decided Baguska, I was like, weird, Decode Talker. 2 Firewalls, 1 Borrowload. I wasn't going to play this, and then I pulled it at Locals, read it, and was like, this card's crazy, and then put it in my deck, and I summoned this like a bunch of times. It was crazy. I'm really dumb for like not knowing that card was good. 1 Bridge of Sprite, made this like twice, made this once. Never made this. This card is actually ridiculous, and I don't know, I don't like that it exists, but in this deck it just isn't. I shouldn't have played this, should have played something else. I just don't think there's ever really a reason to make this. I think Sleeper is usually good enough. 1 Ancient Fairy, 1 Black Rose. I summoned this more than Ancient Fairy. This was, I don't think people were expecting this. Going second, I side out Rotation, Oracle of Zephyra, and Ravine, but I keep in Testrudo because hard drawing it and making Black Rose is one of the only ways that you can just like cheese a win in the mirror. Omega for Gamma. And then side deck. 3 Droll. I just think this is the best hand trap that wasn't in my main deck, so like going second, I side out the 3 Rotations, Oracle of Zephyra, and Ravine for 3 Drolls, 3 evenly matched, and then I also side out, I kind of went back and forth. I was siding out either Wire, a Utility Wire, or Rescue, because those are just like super dead cards going second, you never want to see them, but I'm not sure which one's better to take out. So those 2. Sided 3, Unending Nightmare. This was for Pendulum and True Draco. I played 1 Pendulum and 1 True Draco, and this card is why I beat the True Draco, so I guess it's, you know, you would think like you can just put more for Spiral, but I didn't have enough cards to take out of my main deck to put in, like my main deck's already like built for Spiral, so I wanted these like really juice auto win cards for the matchups that my main deck is not so great against. And then 3 Sanctum, 1 Scythe, 1 Lancia. This was probably wrong. The theory was you can Sanctum for Scythe, and you can play 3 and 1 because after your first Sanctum, Resort puts back Scythe, then if you draw another Sanctum, you can just Scythe them again, and that's crazy. Lancia was for if they just go enter battle phase, and then you can Sanctum for Lancia, and then negate their evenly matched, or stop their evenly matched. But I found that if they do that, if you just Sanctum for Scythe, doesn't matter. Like, and then they evenly matched you, like you keep your sleeper, they can't use their extra deck, that's usually just pretty good. And you don't really want to draw Lancia, because Lancia is only good for stopping evenly matched, and then it can block them from summoning sleeper. But if you do it too early, their quick fixes don't get banished. And that's crazy if they can just keep linking the quick fixes stay. So it's like kind of risky. I think towards the end of the tournament, I wasn't putting this in against the mirror. I was just sticking with these, but that was kind of, I just kind of learned through doing that this card wasn't as great as I originally thought it was. And Invoked player topped, so that was cool. That if I played him, I had this in my side deck and Sanctums.
Shout out to Ed.
And then this card, this was my 14 card side deck, and I was like I could have entered the event with 14 cards, and I was like, I need a fun one of, as we call it, for my 15th side deck card, and I chose Lord Gaia to out Gateway to Chaos. Put this in one time. It was the top card of my deck. Lost. Never sided it again. Wish like this is just. That sounds really like results based, but if they set rotation you usually just lose anyway. And adding this doesn't actually help you that much. You need something. Yeah. If you can't stop them from playing and they make a board and they set rotation you, this should have just been like anything, literally anything else. This could have been Rainbow Dragon. I would have just been happy to like see it in my side deck. But this is just a gold movie pack card. It made me upset every time. But yeah, that's about all I've got. Yeah. Got third place at Dallas, 2 Dallases in a row.
But at least you got the prize.
The finals were 2 brothers, so maybe that's all kind of records being set. Yeah, Diablos, he beats Desires.
Pretty bad.
Well, pay to win. The only way to beat Desires is to have a prize card.
You got any shout outs, Ryan?
Right. Shout out to YGOrganization. Shout out to Calvin's back. I wish he was here, but he's just, yeah. or I guess like the lack of Calvin's back or something like that. Yeah. That's all I got, really.
All right, well, Ryan, I appreciate you. Also, quick shout out for let me use the camera. Oh yeah, but this is Blair with the Card Guys, and see you next time.